My name is Timothy West, and I'm with the Youth Evolution. And this actually, I'm fixing to say my first video, but this has actually been my second one. I let one out a couple of days ago, just basically see what it felt like to have one on there. So this is actually going to be the start of a few videos, a series that I'm going to be doing to explain some social thoughts that I have. And these thoughts are going to be the main basis of the youth evolution movement. And I've created a channel and I've got like a blog that I've put a few things on, but I'm really waiting until I get a website so I can really do what needs to be done to get this done. I'm gonna start my timer here because I got 15 minutes right now, so I'm gonna take that 15 minutes and just explain a few things that will I think in my mind will be pretty enlightening. I'm kind of nervous right now, and I'm chewing this gum kind of to get my nerves down because, you know, I'm not used to being on camera, which is fine in itself because everything is a learning process, and whatever comes your way in your life, you use it to your advantage. And you know, and there is a social view out there that thinks that we, as humans, are supposed to think what the generations before us thought. But what has got to change right now, and I believe, is the idea out there that we as humans don't have the power within ourselves from whoever that may have came from. It definitely came from somewhere. You know, history, there's plenty of history that says that we have came up from a certain origin. And you have to take the oldest history to find out where we came from. And I'm not going to jump in on that. That'll be later on in this series when I talk about history and my thoughts on history. And but what I want to talk about right now, mainly, excuse me, is the youth evolution movement. And the way I see right now is the direction that life is heading seems dark to me. And what the youth evolution is going to be about is to change the darkness that I believe that our children and your children, the generations after me, we have got to change that for them. And there are numerous ways to get this done. And what our society as a whole has taught us, and I want to say this, that everything I speak about, I speak in a worldview, because we live on a world, and we cannot trap ourselves, and especially trap our minds, into a box, thinking that we're only ones that matter. And there is a generation out there that thinks that way. And I believe the youth evolution believes that it is our responsibility to make sure that the future generations have a life that they can live and enjoy. Because, and history teaches me that we were put here to enjoy the planet. And we're too busy as a world we're too busy as a world to see that there's just no reason for all the fighting. There just ain't no reason for it. When the world is a huge place, you know, it's big. And what makes this world, the only known one, different than all the ones that has been discovered before me is there's life. So, however we ended up here is really irrelevant in my mind, because we're here. And once you open your mind up to look at it in that way, you begin to see that we have not the power to change the past. We have the power to change the future. And once we realize, and you wake up like I did, and realize that we can't change the past, we can only change the future, you'll see that everything that's happened before me is irrelevant. What matters is what's going to happen after me and you. And I'm going to get into that in more greatly detail over the coming days. And here in the next week, I'm going to be coming out with 5 more videos, and I'm just going to read the titles of them 5 videos. And I hope you will come back and visit the channel and listen to the next 5 in this series. And the next one, number 1, it's going to be titled, "We Are All Born with the Power of Change." And like I said, when I come out with that, I'll explain more in detail of what that's about. The second video, the second one that I'm going to come out with, it's going to be titled, "Without Hope, We Die." The third will be, "Through helping others, we are delivered." Number 4, "Not because of want to." And number 5, "History said, I say, throw the first stone and you shall receive 1,000 back." And I think through them 5 videos, the series, that I hadn't really put a title to yet, but that's still in debate. So hoping after them 5, you will begin to see what I'm seeing. And because just like all the news reports, everybody's saying that we are headed for a disaster. And what it's going to take to change that disaster is for a group of people to stand up and have their voice heard. Because the voice is the most powerful weapon that can be used against the ones that don't want a peaceful life. And there's no reason for us to live in a life that isn't peaceful. And I am so excited about the future and what the Youth Evolution is going to be about, And I hope that over the next 5 videos or so, you can get excited about it too. And if you'd like to know some more information about the youth evolution, feel free to email me at timothy.westco@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to hear from you. And I'll get back in touch with you. And it is time for the youth to rise up in this world and be heard. Because if you see like I do, there's nobody out there fighting for you. And you can't expect anybody to fight for you. If you do have somebody to fight with you, awesome. But don't expect it. Because what is going to change your future is you. You're the only one that's going to be able to do it. So what I'm asking for you to do is to open up your mind and see that you were born with the power of change. And before I leave, I'm going to leave you with a thought. And the thought is, this is how your children and my children's future looks like.